In this movie, we're going to be talking a little bit about formatting, specifically formatting text and adding some behaviors to the text. You'll notice that I have a project already set up. I have a number of sentences, and I've divided them into some groups. It makes it a little bit easier to deal with the timeline when you have these groups, because then on the timeline you only see the groups. If I open up group number 4, you could see that there's only one word in group number 4. If I pop open group number 3, you'll see there's a number of words in group number 3 as I scroll across the timeline. In this piece, we're also going to be adding a video clip or some video tracks. So let's first take a look at how we're going to add a behavior to one of these words. If we scroll over, and it says, I wish I could remember where I put my things. And you'll notice when it gets to the word things, the text does something kind of funky. Okay? That little effect is called dribble, and that is found in, let's go over and choose the word things and take a look at how it's formatted. If we zoom over here to the layers palette, we notice that next to the word things, there's this little twirlable triangle. So let's just twirl it down. And you notice that there's a word dribble there with a little sort of a gear-like looking thing. Dribble comes from over here in the behaviors palette, which is underneath the library. If you go to the library, you click on behaviors, and what I've clicked on the right-hand side is all 274 items, so we can take a look at them. If you notice over here, all of these behaviors have a little gear and a T inside them for text. So those are text behaviors that can be applied to text. Once I click on the behavior, we look up here in this little preview box and we'll see the preview of the behavior. And the name of the behavior here is alarm clock. And as long as I have my layer selected, I can go ahead and just click apply and it will add the behavior to the text. But as I said before, the one that we've applied is called dribble, and here it is down here. So go ahead and you'll see the preview of dribble. And I'm going to go ahead and delete the behavior so I can go ahead and re-add it to dribble, to the word. So I can either take the word dribble, have my word selected here, and click apply, or I can take the behavior dribble and just drag it right on top of the word. And we will see that the behavior will begin immediately, and I'm not crazy about that. So what we do down here is you see in purple underneath the word things, both in the timeline and in the layers palette, the behaviors are purple. So I can take the behavior and slide it over so that it doesn't quite happen right at the beginning of the word as the word comes in on the stage, but it'll start happening right at that point. I can also slide that last keyframe over if I feel like it, and then take the behavior and slide that over too, and shorten that duration up. So what will happen is those keyframes will get a little more crazy and the object will fade out. So that's how you add a behavior, a text behavior, and now let's see what happens. I wish I could remember where I put my things. And I wanted to emphasize the word things. And then the next part is in the next group. It says, I spend, let's see where this group is. We'll collapse the first group that we're working in. And we'll take a look at where this group is. And here we see I spend half my life, circle, circle, looking for my keys. So let's see what that looks like. We'll check out the timing. We'll also collapse group 1. So now on the timeline, I can just go ahead and work with the original group, which is down here at the bottom. So there's group. I spend half my life. So now I've already set up my words, obviously. They come in and they all go off at the same time. I spend half my life looking for my keys. Now I notice when I have I wish I could remember where I put my things, and I scroll over, I still see a little bit of that effect from the word things. That doesn't really bother me too much. Let's see how it looks. I spend half my life looking for my keys. I spend half my, oh, I forgot my word my. I got to move my over. There we go. I spend half my and life. I got looking in the wrong spot. Let's up. There it is. Got to move looking over. And then for my keys. So here we go. I wish I could. I spend half my life looking for my keys. I spend half my life looking for my keys. Let's see how that plays. Things is still showing, so let's get rid of things. My life looking for my keys. Let's go back up. It looks like we got things messing things up. So let's go back to things, select things. There it is. Okay, we got to move that over. Here we go. Things. Boom. I spent half my life looking for my keys. There we go. So here I use circles for the eyes, for the looking part, and I set up, let's move that over, and I set up the second part of my saying, looking for my keys. But I want my keys for my keys to come flying in. So right now I'm going to select for my keys, right there, and I'm going to find the beginning of that. It's right there, because here it is. And I'm going to find the beginning, and I'm actually going to move that off because I want that to jump up. So right here we're going to go into our file, our inspector, and we're going to go look up here at our properties tag, and we're going to go ahead and add a position keyframe. Now position keyframe is going to lock that word right there for a specified period of time. Until I move my timeline, I want the word to pop up like right there. I'm going to go ahead and add a second keyframe, and I'm going to drag for my keys up onto the stage. So now I spend half my life looking, look where for my keys comes up, and then it stays there, and then everything goes off at the same time. So that's how you add a keyframe. So let's play the whole thing again. I wish I could remember where I put my things. I spend half my life looking for my keys. Boom. And that comes off. So that is how to add a keyframe and also how to add a behavior. So the position behavior is added right there for my keys. And we'll continue with the second half of this where we add the audio in the next video.